Hello everyone, we are group number C3. The group consists of 4 members: Rasmus, Kasper, Thomas and Frederik. Our company is called Kurt Byg, and the business isn't going too well. The company is outdated, everything is done by hand and by old traditions, and by today's standards that's not very efficient. Our job as an advisor is to get the company back on track. We will in this short slideshow present the given case for Kurt Byg, where an environmental pro-plan was the key to success. Our mission for Kurt Byg. Our mission is to take it one step at a time to keep everyone on the same pace. We have taken the first step towards sustainability in construction, and we have chosen to move forward one step at a time. First and foremost, we've made sure that we will accommodate the 50% set by the matrix of this new sustainability class, and we see this as our advantage because the change won't be too major to begin with, but rather in a pace where everyone involved will be able to keep up. When time is right and the industry is ready, we want to be CO2 neutral. Being able to build as CO2 neutral as possible is our main goal. We believe that as of now, this is too much of a niche market, where demand and supply does not yet go hand in hand, at least for the general public. However, by continuously taking steps in the right direction towards a more sustainable construction, we will be ready when the public is ready.
Our focus is the outer wall. We have chosen to use recycled bricks for the outer surface. These bricks have been used in prior buildings but are more than capable of being used again. For the insulation we have chosen wood fiber insulation. Wood fiber insulation is one of the best insulation in terms of CO2 emission. The building wall and the inner wall is aerated concrete. Aerated concrete combines insulation and structural capability in one material for walls, floors and roofs. Fire requirements. Recycled bricks have a fire rating at A2S1D0. Wooden fiber insulation have the fire rating EuroClass-E, and aerated concrete have a fire rating at A2S1D0. Through our final analysis, we have come up with that the wall has an overall fire rating at REI 60. The energy class. Our wall has a U value of 0.17 watts per square meter times Kelvin. The limit is at 0.30. On the picture, you can see how we find out our U value. Here we can see a comparison in the CO2 imprint that the production leaves on our environment. As you can see, the amount of CO2 in kilograms per square meter is far lower in recycled bricks compared to other material. This chart provides information on CO2 measured in kilograms per 2000 bricks in production. Again, we can see that the recycling bricks reduces the negative impacts on production phase compared to new bricks.
Here we see another comparison where the focus is on insulation. We see that the wood fiber insulation is far superior to other insulation alternatives in terms of CO2 emission. We have chosen wood fiber insulation from Hunton because of the low CO2 emission. The wood fiber is made from the tree bark, which would not be used in construction materials otherwise. The tree stores the CO2 used to grow throughout its lifespan, and therefore when it's used as a material, it still has the carbon dioxide within. So instead of dying and releasing the CO2 back into the atmosphere, Hunton has created a sustainable material with most of the same abilities as traditional insulation.
For photorealistic renderings, we have used Enscape to give the clients an even more realistic view of the project. Here are some stills of the facades of the house, as well as some interior. When we first started this project, our main concern was to meet the requirements for a gold certificate. This would be achieved by choosing materials with a lower carbon footprint compared to traditional. By reaching a score of 50% on the spreadsheet, we would be given a 10% tax reduction on our project. Some other materials used in our constructions besides the ones already mentioned are recycled concrete, C80 insulation and natural slate. And as we can see on the bottom of the matrix here, we reached a score of 61%. So how well do we compare with traditional materials? As seen on the charts on top and bottom, we reached a score of negative in terms of CO2 emission in kilograms per square feet. This is due to the wood being able to store the CO2 within itself. In terms of price, it's not as favorable. And when we compare ourselves to other companies in the industry, our price per square feet is a bit higher and not as competitive. If everything goes according to plan, this is our forecast for the next 5 years.
Our goal is to become one of the biggest in the industry. We'll do that by increasing our number of projects each year, and by that segue ourselves into an even more sustainable way of building. Furthermore, we will look to decrease the price per square foot, and our main competitors will be companies like Huscompagniet.